Hey listeners, looking to upgrade your home this holiday season? Check out Tushy, a bidet that will change how you think about cleanliness. It's an easy upgrade that installs in under 10 minutes, no fancy tools needed. Just add it to your toilet and you're all set for a fresher experience. And for a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code HOLLY. That's right, 10% off your first Tushy with code HOLLY at hellotushy.com. So tell me about how you ended up cast on the 16 and Pregnant show.
Yeah, so 16 and Pregnant. It's almost been 17 years. My daughter's turning 16 this next coming year. It's like full circle this year for me. But starting way back, mama, I was in a self-development program and it still goes on to this day. I don't want to give like a sponsor to like a modeling program or anything, but I was in that. It's like a 6-month program. And while I was in that, I ended up unexpectedly becoming pregnant. And part of this self-development program, this kind of like modeling, acting, everything, is they want you to be able to go out and find jobs on your own before you graduate. What ended up happening, like I was pretty pregnant when we were all graduating from this. And I told my coach, hey, like I'm pregnant. It seems like everyone around me is acting like my world is going to go to shit and I'm going to just amount to nothing. But I really want to make something great out of this. And even though I can't do like the normal modeling jobs and stuff that I was doing at the beginning of the program, you know, my body's changing, I am changing. I would really like to at least do something for like young teen parents or like there's a reason why this is happening and I want to make it count.
Mm-hmm.
So Coach Karina was like, you do not need to feel bad about, like, she was like, turn your frown upside down. I don't care what your whole family thinks of you. She's like, there are tons of people casting for teen moms. That was her view. That was her light. And I really absorbed that. And so still to this day, she checks on me, but she sent me 3 castings. And one of those castings for teen parents was from MTV's 16 and Pregnant, or what the public knew that it became. So yeah, I sent my tape in. I made my family send the tape in because my coach, and I got called back immediately out of millions and millions of people, and it was meant to be.
And I'm thinking too, like the casting process must have been really fast, right? Because
It was fast. It was
because
weird.
like you're going to literally have the baby. Like
Yeah.
it has to, it's not something that you can wait on.
Yeah.
Was this their first season or?
So this was greenlit, right? So it wasn't even, it like just got greenlit by the network. So that's why like today, I know we're starting at the beginning, but since I've done 16 and Pregnant, that was like its first, no one knew it existed, greenlight. That's what that means, like greenlight, like, okay, it just got approval by the network, but we don't know if we're ever going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see like how this goes. And so 16 and Pregnant did extremely well. And the fans who watched that and has seen it turn into Teen Mom, they know that they only chose 4 women from the initial 16 and Pregnant series to move on. And it turned into Teen Mom, which turned into a global franchise. And yeah, I go all over the world and I'm really recognized from that. It's amazing.
Yeah. So what was the experience like overall? Like what was the kind of feedback that you got?
Wow, it's
kind of an
layered,
overarching question.
Yeah, it's layered and it's kind of weird when I do get that question a bunch because it was 16 and Pregnant. It turned into Teen Mom. And so sometimes people vividly remember 16 and Pregnant. Like people love watching our casting tapes still to this day. And then it like turned into Teen Mom and I wasn't a teen anymore. And like we start growing and like we start changing as moms. And I think feedback or like, is that what you're saying? Like the reaction? I was like, there's a lot of different things that happen.
How did it start for you?
Okay.
And then how did it develop?
For 16 and Pregnant feedback, way different girl than you see right before your eyes. That was really a lot of people reaching out to me on Facebook. Like I don't know. I went through like a phase where I was very much on social media and then I became part of this TV show. And through the TV process, I lost my daughter's father. My parents were kind of like getting a divorce. I also had this like fame thing happen to me, like extreme fame. And I think it was just from me being so authentic and in my own life. But yeah, I couldn't really keep up with like Facebook, people reaching out, and they were just really like wanting to know more of who I was, like what was going on with me. They were so proud that I shared my story. A lot of people acted like they were going through this similar things or needed guidance. Um, but then I was going through my own shit, which was like there was a lot of dysfunctionality in my family. There was a lot of loss. There was a lot of stuff that I really needed to go figure out who I was and process. So I think a lot of this awesome attention, these highest ratings of TV shows, this like celebrity thing that started taking over people's minds, I really was so trying to, I was becoming a woman.
Yeah.
And it was a lot for me.
That's a lot. So you were getting this. So like on one hand, you're getting this feedback of people who are relating to you. So you feel like, okay,
overwhelmingly. Yeah.
I'm helping people, like they're seeing what I'm going through and, I'm giving them like some hope, but then I'm also going through all this personal turmoil and you're young, right? You don't really like know how to manage it. So did you feel like kind of a sense of responsibility to your fans a little bit, but then also like this feeling of like, I can't manage this. Did it feel unmanageable at all in the beginning?
Yeah, it's totally unmanageable. And I also deal with unmanageability still to this day. Yeah, I went through a big growth spurt publicly with a lot of things that I was going through. So I can't really, I think the only responsibility I really knew that I had was I have a real child at home.
Yeah.
I have a real responsibility to my child. That's really what I know.
Give the gift of practical luxury this year. Give your loved ones the gift of hygiene with the Tushy bidet. Visit hellotushy.com today for the best holiday gift and use code HOLLY for 10% off of your first Tushy. Your bathroom and your booty will thank you this holiday season with Tushy, but only if you use my promo code HOLLY at hellotushy.com.